Weather news showing up on Live First Alert Defender as the heavy rains continue to pull away from the Bluegrass State. But additional rounds of showers and thunderstorms are on the way.
It's been difficult this spring.
High water issues flood parts of central and eastern Kentucky again. We're taking a look at the damage from this most recent round of rain.
A Kentucky university suspends its entire swim team for 5 years. What's landed the team in trouble coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Heavy rains are finally starting to move out, but don't expect much of a break.
Many areas picked up several inches of rain today, causing high water issues in many counties across our region. We'll take a look at the flooding in just a minute, but first, Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's tracking more wet weather. Chris?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the pattern we are in. It's a pattern we've been in now for the past 6 to 7 weeks or so, and it's really been ramping up over the past few weeks. And last night, early this morning, yet another big round of heavy rain, flooding rains across the area. Look at the 24-hour rainfall reports from Stanford. Better than 4 inches of rain. Richmond, 3.77. 3.34 Liberty, Casey County, Adair County, 3.22, and Harrodsburg, just a little under 3 inches. You get those kinds of numbers in less than a 24-hour window, you're going to have some flooding issues, and unfortunately, that's what we had. Parts of eastern Kentucky picking up on another 1-2, a local 3-inch amount here or there. Still some flood warnings out for parts of eastern Kentucky. Live First Alert Defender, though, improving compared to what we were starting out the day with those waves of heavy rains across central and eastern Kentucky. Right now, some general run-of-the-mill showers into central and eastern Kentucky, back into the Lexington metro, but in between those, we're seeing some pockets of mainly cloudy skies. Though additional showers and storms trying to gather steam to our south and southwest, we will track those into town over the next several days, and any shower or storm, guys, that goes up between now and really through the weekend will have the potential to put down some more heavy rain. A new hour-by-hour forecast comes your way in about 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Well, they say it has been a very difficult spring.
With an already wet ground and more rain on the way, emergency management officials are keeping a close eye on creeks, streams, and roads. Mike Linden talked with crews in Montgomery County about what has them worried this time around. He continues our weather team coverage tonight at 5:30.
After a brief break from the rain this weekend, heavy rain has once again caused high water issues in the Bluegrass.
The farthest it has come in the past is to the back of that tree, maybe about halfway up to the little tree house.
Patsy Myers has lived next to Slate Creek in Montgomery County for 3 years. She says this is the closest the creek has ever come to her home.
About 9 o'clock, it was right at the front where the little steps are going into the tree house, and 2 hours later, it's here.
Emergency management officials say Slate Creek has their attention.
Last time it really got up out of its banks and caused trouble was back in 2010, but it's pretty high today.
Delk says while Slate Creek isn't a normal problem area, that if the rain continues, it could once again flood the roadway and cause damage to neighboring homes.
Officials say much like 2010, this spring has refused to let up the wet weather.
A couple weeks ago, we received 5 to 7 inches of rain in a short amount of time, and that caused some damage to some roads here in the county, and of course caused blockages due to high water. So yeah, it's been difficult this spring.
Delk says as long as the ground stays saturated, he expects local high water issues to continue this season. In Montgomery County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Emergency management officials want to remind drivers to never risk driving over a water-covered roadway. It only takes a little more than a foot of water on the road to wash away a car. All of this rain has made several roads in Madison County impassable. One woman tells us road crews stopped her on Union City Road because it was flooded, making it impossible to reach her family.
My mom called this morning and water came in on her house, and so she wanted me to come down and help her get the water up. And well, as you can see, that's not going to be possible this morning.
Road crews have also closed Hunter Lane, Dunbar Lane, Concord Road, and 4 Mile Road, just to name a few. They say many of these roads won't reopen until there's a break in the rain and all that water recedes.
And now to Boyle County, where people say they're seeing unusually high water levels as well. Spears Creek in Danville has flooded several backyards and is creeping closer to homes there. Sean Moody talked with one man who says the creek is at one of the highest levels he's seen in about 30 years.
The Spears Creek runs through a couple of neighborhoods here in Danville. People who live along it say they were watching it pretty closely throughout the day. People who live in the Streamland neighborhood say Spears Creek is usually about 4 feet wide and about 8 inches deep. Not today.
But I think my house is safe. I'm concerned for my neighbors.
It didn't appear the creek got into any houses, but it was washing through plenty of backyards. People who live along here say it floods from time to time, but not usually like this.
I've lived here about 30 years, and I've seen the stream come out of its banks many times. But this is one of the highest I've seen. Not the highest, but one of the highest.
I spoke with police and fire officials here in Boyle County. They tell me they didn't have to go out to any high water emergencies. In Danville, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Boyle County emergency officials say there was minor flooding across the county. People in Morgan County dealing with high water issues too. Check out this eyewitness video from Alicia Ball. It's along Highway 650 in the Elk Fork community. You can see a creek. It's way over its banks, trapping some people on the other side.
Parts of Floyd County are underwater following today's heavy rain. People who live along Arkansas Creek Road in Martin say flooding is a persistent problem. Earlier today, high water blocked the road and covered bridges leading to people's homes. One woman who has lived there since the 70s says drivers need to be cautious when this creek rises.
Well, I know there's a lot of silly people up in here. They come over here and park in the road with their lights flashing, and people just goes right on around them.
Robinson says the bridge connecting her to the main road has washed away before. Many counties that have avoided flooding issues this time around will end up seeing potential problems from this rain in a few days. This is video of the Kentucky River flooding 2 weeks ago, and it will flood again later this week. The Kentucky River is expected to quickly rise because of rain in southeastern Kentucky and the Kentucky River Basin. Emergency management officials in Franklin County say the river will rise and crest at about 31 feet on Friday. Remember, you can track the rain when you're away from your TV with WKYT.com and the WKYT First Alert Defender Radar app for your iPad or your smartphone.
Stunning news. Western Kentucky University has suspended its swimming and diving programs for 5 years. School officials say they and Bowling Green police found violations of Title IX sexual misconduct and assault, harassment, and the Student Conduct Code. A release from the school said complaints by a former team member led to the investigation. We're told that athletes can transfer to other schools. The positions of swimming coach, assistant, and diving coach will be cut on June 30th.
In our county-by-county coverage at 5:30, we are tracking stories in Madison and Clay counties. In Madison County, students were evacuated from a school bus this afternoon just moments before it caught fire in front of Kit Carson Elementary School. A Madison County school spokesperson says the fire was contained to just the engine. Students evacuated the bus when the principal noticed steam coming from the engine. No students were injured. And in Clay County, a bus driver passes away after finishing his bus route this morning. School officials there say Carl Henson dropped off his busload of students this morning at Paces Creek Elementary School and then had a heart attack in the parking lot. The school district says the driver had been doing the job for 21 years.
As Lexington strives to become more bike-friendly and safer for cyclists, there will be questions about new bike lanes. Our good question is from Amber. What are the new white lines doing on Polo Club Boulevard? Well, this afternoon, I talked to Scott Thompson from the city's Division of Planning. He says this is a 2-mile project. So let's take a look at what we have right now. Kind of hard to see with the wet conditions, but this is Polo Club Boulevard, and you can see right now 2 lines going right down the middle of the street and a car on this side. So this is going to be where the traffic will be. There'll be a buffer right here of 3 feet, then a 5-foot bike lane, and then 7 to 8 feet from here to the curb for parking. Now, because of the wet conditions, they have yet to put in the 3rd line, so we kind of sketched it in for you. Here is going to be the 3rd line. So again, parking 7 to 8 feet here off the curb, bike lane 5 feet wide, a buffer between the bikes and the traffic on this side. Now, Thompson says this is about a $40,000 to $45,000 project. He says they'll be putting down road symbols in the buffer area and the bike lane to direct drivers and cyclists. He also says that dividing up a road like this tends to slow down traffic on a place like Polo Club. So there you go. Amber, you have the answer to your good question. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
You have one more day to file those taxes.
And this year, the filing process is a little more complicated. Tax experts say that's because of the new health care law. Rebecca Smith talked to experts about some things to remember if you're filing last minute.
So time is really running out for you to file your taxes, whether you are filing electronically or going the old-fashioned route. You have to have it postmarked or sent in by April 15th.
The first step is having all the necessary documents ready.
It's going to be the W-2, home mortgage, interest, car taxes, real estate taxes, and of course your charitable contributions. You always want to pick those up. And college tuition, always a good one.
Tyler says small businesses in particular need to consider anything they think could be a tax write-off. There are things you may not be aware of, like mileage, that can sometimes make a pretty big difference.
They need to be more intentional with their record keeping. And you know, and I guess my thought is why give it to the government? Take charge of your future. Take charge of your tax liability.
What could be a liability for the taxpayer, no health insurance. It's now required, of course, and the tax filing process has been made a little more cumbersome this year with its inclusion.
Some people just don't care. They say it's cheaper to pay the penalty. And that I find disturbing, that people just, they don't care. Yeah. Those that don't have it, they're not going to make the effort to get it.
And for more last-minute tax filing tips, go to our website, WKYT.com. Reporting in Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Well, experts say even if you extend your tax deadline, you shouldn't pay late. If so, you'll be given a penalty and accrue interest.
The Republican primary for Kentucky governor is getting messy. 2 of the 4 candidates had pies thrown in their faces. You don't want to miss this, but it's all in good form, fun rather. The stunt is meant to raise awareness for a northern Kentucky-based charity that helps children learn to read. Matt Bevin went first, challenging candidates James Comer, Hal Heiner, there you go, and Will T. Scott to do the same. Scott agreed and soon posted a video of his pie-smeared face on Twitter. The former Kentucky Supreme Court justice says a pie in the face was an attempt to bring some levity to the campaign.